Hey guys, welcome back to Tech Insights with Dylan White. We're here. It's Tuesday. Videos are going up a little bit later than usual. Just a lot of work stuff going on, but we're here with the 30-day journey into the SC-900. We're on day 13 of 25 of getting the actual material down. For those of you that were here yesterday, we went through everything e-discovery, everything insider risk management, and we finished up the training modules. So one, take a nice round of applause for you guys, right? Like you guys stuck through it, you finished it. Now we're ready to actually sit for the practice assessment, see if we can pass it. In my 5 tips video that's coming out this week, you'll see that for anybody that's looking to just see if they can hop in, maybe you've already been in Microsoft desktop support, maybe you've been in other roles already and you're just looking to see if you could just pass the test first try. I tell everybody that's my first go-to for any Microsoft certification out there in the world. If you feel like you're ready, go hit the practice assessment. Every single test, every single exam you'll sit for has a practice assessment. Go take one. Obviously, it will give you the pathways to grow. And so we're going to go do it right now. Let's do it. All right. So for those of you that are following along, you'll know this page is very familiar. Okay, this is the SC-900 homepage, and we're going to go through the practice assessment. So for those of you that are new to testing for Microsoft exams, once again, every exam will have a practice assessment attached to it. That's straight from Microsoft. It's built into the UI of the website. It's very straightforward. Not going to launch anything different. So you're just going to scroll down. So every exam is pretty much the same way. You can either hit the jump to feature and hit practice for the exam, or you can go through, read through. We're just going to hit the jump and hit the practice. It jumps down to the section. The sandbox, the demo is just shows you how to interact with different types of questions. It just launches just a UI of kind of like appears and sees if you're ready for the exam. Not the assessment, right? It just launches a little virtual environment for you. The practice assessment is a button we want to click, okay? Practice assessment. So we're going to jump in. There's 50 questions. I'm going to go through 15 and call it quits. And let's see, okay? Remember, for the SC-900, every single question is concept-based, true, false, multiple choice. Probably either Saturday or Sunday this week, we're going to do a live practice assessment and ask me anything. So we're just going to go through, take the questions, and people can just ask questions themselves, whether it's role-based, test-based, blah, blah, blah. You get the gist. But let's get into this question, okay? Which Azure feature provides network-level filtering, application-level filtering, and S-bound SNAT, right? So remember SNAT, right? We talked about DNAT, right, which is destination network address translation. SNAT is sender or source, right? So what's the source network address translation? Okay, is it going to be distributed denial of service? Is it going to be Azure Firewall, Azure Web Application Firewall, Azure Bastion Host? So for this one, we can automatically rule out right away distributed denial of service. Not going to happen. For this one, the 2 answers that you can choose between. Remember I told you it's a power of 2s, right? One answer is going to be accurate. One answer is going to be very close to accurate. Accurate adjacent, I like to call it. Throw you off. Azure Web Application Firewall is the other one that you can kind of confuse yourself with. And the answer is going to be Azure Firewall. You know, it's not web application, right? Because it's not looking at the web app itself, just the web app, okay? So let's see if we're right. I'm known to be wrong about some networking things. Let's check our answer. We're right. The one thing I love about these practice assessments as you guys are preparing is the Microsoft Learn documentation spits out for the question. So you can actually make yourself a learning guide based off of the practice assessment yourself. Whatever you get wrong, take down notes. So let's get to the next one. I said 15. We're probably going to do 10. So what Azure feature provides application level filtering and SSL termination? Okay. Is it DDoS protection, Azure Firewall, Azure Web Application Firewall, or Azure Bastion Host? Okay. And that is going to be Azure Web Application Firewall. The key in there was application level filtering and SSL termination, right? SSL is for the web, right? We're providing SSL cert. So we're going to check our answer. Again, you can see Bastion does not provide filtering. Firewall does not provide SSL termination. So let's go with whichever one is the best to complete the sentence. It's another type of question you'll see on your test. To implement network segmentation in Azure, you must create what? Bastion hosts, firewalls, security groups, or virtual networks. So again, Bastion hosts are meant to provide a privileged access workstation area. Firewalls are meant to act as a firewall as a service in the cloud. Security groups are meant to provide an access control list, right, for in and out. A virtual network is what gives us the ability to create subnets and i.e. virtual networks, right? So my answer is virtual networks, right? You have to have them. All right, let's get into it. Which statement describes network security groups? Again, I don't know who the test gods are of the SC-900, but it obviously knows I hate networking and I should practice this. So maybe I should just go take the AZ-700 right after this. All jokes aside. Which statement describes network security groups, right? Is it providing network layer traffic filtering to limit traffic to resources within a virtual network in each subscription? Is it to provide protection of a web app from common exploits and vulnerabilities? Is it to provide a centralized network firewall as a service, which provides network and application level protection across different subscriptions and virtual networks, or allow a lockdown of inbound traffic, reducing exposure to attacks? Remember, inbound traffic only. All right, so when there's usually going to be some type of similar answers, right? And so for me, the similar ones here are provide network level layer traffic filtering and allow a lockdown of inbound traffic, right? But remember, it's not going to be the allow a lockdown of inbound traffic only because of that inbound traffic only, right? Like those are too similar, but at the end of the day, there's only one that's the right answer, and that's this. If I can actually click it. All right, there you go. Next. Okay. What can you use to connect Azure virtual machines remotely over RDP or SSH from the Azure portal? Right? Is it Azure Web Application Firewall, Entra Identity Protection, Defender for Cloud, or Azure Bastion? Again, there's only one right answer here displayed on this one. It's Azure Bastion. We just talked about it a couple of seconds ago. Privileged access. There we go. Okay. All right. You have the following inbound network security group rules. Allow VNet inbound with a priority of 65,000. Allow Azure load balancer inbound, priority of 65,001. Deny all inbound with priority of 65,500. Then there's no other inbound rules that are defined. Okay. In which order will the rules be processed? That makes sense. Okay. So the options we have are allow VNet inbound rules processed first, right? So that's allow VNet inbound. Is it deny all inbound? Is it the allow Azure load balancer inbound, or deny all inbound rule, right? So you have only one that says allow the VNet inbound rule. And so remember, priority level is going to go from top down. So 65,000 is going to be above 65,500. So we're allowing the VNet inbound first, right? And 65,001 is underneath the allow VNet inbound. So it should be the allow VNet inbound. Let's see if again, not a networking guy, never will be. But it'll always be the lowest one, always the closest to zero from an ACL standpoint. Those of you that aren't familiar with ACL, go back and get familiar with the networking overview, okay, guys? ACL stands for Access Control List. Okay? What can you use to manage security for a multi-cloud environment that includes AWS and Google Cloud Platform? Is it Microsoft Defender for Cloud? Is it Purview Insider Risk Management, Secure Score, or Entra Privileged Identity Management? Again, another straightforward one. It's Defender for Cloud. Okay? All right, 3 more. All right. What 2 features are part of the Microsoft Defender for Cloud Enhanced Security? Each correct answer represents a complete solution. Okay? Is it Endpoint Detection Response, or EDR, Vulnerability Scanning for SQL Resources, Security Event Management Coloration, or is it Security Benchmark Recommendations? For Enhanced Security, remember, Enhanced Security is the answer. So it's EDR and Vulnerability Scanning. SIM is a separate product, and so is Security Benchmark. Security Benchmark Recommendation is not part of the enhanced, it's part of the standard. All right. Again, select the answer that completely corrects the sentence. In Microsoft Sentinel, an incident is a group of related what? Alerts, workbooks, tasks, or hunting queries? Alerts. Okay. An incident is a group of correlated alerts in, right? That's the definition. All right, one more. Let's see if we can go completely perfect. All right, which components can be protected by using Microsoft 365 Defender? Is it endpoints, identities, hard drives, and switches? Endpoints, identities, email, and applications? Email, applications, routers, and switches? Hard drives, switches, email, and applications? Again, another one, guys. Just got to pay attention to the listing. That's where they'll start getting you. Let's get it. Let's get a perfect one. 10 for 10, 100 out of 100. We crushed it. Okay. So, again, if you guys are practicing for your test, I recommend you just jump in, take the practice assessment. It will randomize the order of the questions for you based on what you've seen already. It's pretty good learning. As you can see, there's some in there that can trip you up on the wording, but just gets you familiar with what options might show up, right? Again, the SC-900 is very much a concept-based assessment, right? It's there to just ask you if you understand the Microsoft tools that are available, Microsoft suite of security solutions and capabilities. It's not there to ask you how to administrate them. It's not that. So for me, it's a great basic certification to get as you start to find your way through the security world. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit. Tomorrow we're going to take another practice assessment, but we're also going to have a little special thing. We're going to do our giveaway for the mentorship. We're going to launch the community. I'm working on the back end of the community program as we speak, providing a couple documentations right from the beginning. Again, this will not be a paid for community as of right now. There's no courses, not that guy, just can't be. It's just supposed to be a resource to help you guys grow into your career. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and we treat everybody with a bunch of respect, knowledge. That's what we're here for. Let's get it. Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow.